Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Tuesday, June 29, 2015. Question bar is open, folks. If ever there's any questions, feel free to ask them. Today we had I would say a bloodbath at opening, but almost kind of. The thing that happened is, again, with Greece, what happens basically is that, first of all, the emergency aid that the ECB was giving to Greek banks has been suspended for the weekend. Greek banks will only open on Thursday, and there's some restriction on the amount of money that Greek can actually withdraw from their account. So it's a way to stop capital flight, because we know a lot of Greeks have already taken out their money and put it in other countries, though. And this is actually what we're seeing in Greece. Now all the proposals from the creditors will be submitted to a referendum in Greece, and all this is due on Sunday. So yes, there's some panic in the market. And with this panic, the strategy that we have favored on MarketGurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days is, first of all, to take some profit on some of our short positions, and also as well to make sure that we close the non-performing long positions. Is today a timing to open new short positions because you're betting that the situation in Greece will worsen? Well, staying purely technical on the American indices and also on the TSX, we have reached the bottom of April and May on the Nasdaq. So at this point, we might actually have a rebound. On the Dow Jones as well, we have reached multiple tested support. That support might trigger as well a potential rebound. So opening some short positions now is risky, because at this point we might have a rebound. On the TSX, situation is a little bit different though on the TSX, because we're breaking down totally now. To assume what's going to be the next support in the TSX is tough to say. We could actually have a possibility of a pause towards 14,253. So really the TSX remains the index that's weaker because of gold, financials, and the energy stocks. And the venture index is also really weak. And let's take a look at the SPY. The SPY, for instance, is reaching the April and May bottom. So what is our strategy so far? Let's take a look at the sectors that are in the TSX. The financials, one of the sectors that's really weak. Our banks, a lot of them are breaking down, such as Royal Bank of Canada, a clear breakdown. But those banks, though, even if they're going down, I think it's only be an opportunity to get them at a cheaper price. So Royal Bank of Canada could pursue its breakdown until 75. So at this point, this is where those of you who want to buy Royal Bank of Canada at a cheaper price should have to watch it. Right now, let the stock goes down, 75 is the target. National Bank of Canada has a target towards 45.57. So let the stock goes down until it reaches that former support of April and March. This is where you might actually consider that stock as a potential buy if it can stabilize around those areas. If we continue there with gold, what happens in gold is that gold normally, when there's some fears, investors should rush into gold. But the wave of buyers into gold was really minimum. Gold totally remains flat and neutral. Same thing where the gold sector continues its bearish cycle. So what we have done with that is that we have benefited from this decline to take a second round of profit on one of our bearish positions that were recommended in our analyst shorts portfolio on marketgurus.tv. And that position is Agnico Eagle. It was recommended as a short, I think around this area or that area. We have been able to take some profit here. And now the stock has reached a bottom of March and April. So we decided to trigger a second profit-taking opportunity. And whenever you have some stocks that are reaching a former support, make sure you take some profits to maximize those gains on those short positions. So this is what's happening on the gold sector. A lot of weakness. Some stocks, small stocks, are actually staying neutral, like Lakeshore Gold or Centera Gold that we just saw earlier. But the big caps are actually continuing to go down. So Argonaut Gold, I'm not saying it's a big cap, but still we can consider it as a medium cap. Other stocks, Benro, which is way smaller, is staying neutral. So really it's an indecisive situation that we have among gold stocks though, because the small ones are holding on, but the big caps are actually bringing the sector down. And if we continue here with the energy sector, it's a sector right now that has reached its bottom of March, could actually go even lower for the energy sector. So it remains at risk, but there are mostly continuity of the bearish cycle. So if you open some positions on HED, bearish ETF in the energy sector, today it's a great profit-taking opportunity. So let's take a look at some of the breakdowns in the energy sector. We have a clear breakdown there on the sector, but this breakdown will only bring Vermilion Energy Trust towards $52. So there's not really a lot of potential. Precision Drilling, testing an important support, but still unable to break it. I doubt it could do so for Precision Drilling. Bonterra Energy, well, could consider that stock as a short, but still, I don't know. It could go down even it could go down even lower, because it's just at this overbought situation. So yes, Bonterra Energy, one of the best short. Kelt, no, there's too much of a support that's there, that's too close. So there's a risk that we might rebound there. It's not worth it. Peyto, really interesting, except that big support there at 30.29, so might not have the don't have the 10% potential. So really the best I find is Bonterra Energy on the energy sector, but most other stocks are either pursuing their bearish cycle and not so interesting. On the US, there's other stocks too that are great, such in the consumer discretionary sector, which is going down. When I mean it's great, I mean great in terms of possibility to see where is it going to stop. So for instance, AutoZone, clear breakdown on that stock. Now what are the targets? First target 637, another target could be $600 for AutoZone. Another one, Thomson Reuters, clear breakdown there. Actually, it's really nice for Thomson Reuters. Why? Because we're breaking an important support of the last few days. So that's a clear and nice opportunities to short for a stock like that. Harman, I doubt that we might actually stop at this bottom here. Urban Outfitters, not there yet, but could turn out to be one below 34.40. So watch Urban Outfitters for potential short. Now, let's take a look at some questions here. So Pat Blue has a question. Where do you see support for TTEN and TSX? Well, for TTEN, as I said, it's so far I thought that the bottom of here could actually be a point where we could pause. So this is why with this current bearish momentum today on the energy sector, we're reluctant to recommend a lot of new short positions because of this multiple time tested bottom. So around 200 points, TTEN could actually pause, but there's a risk that it could even go lower, right? But 200 points, we believe that it could actually do that. We have some room to go on the downside, so 200 points, that's about what, 4 points below the actual point. Now for the TSX, what could be the target for the TSX? Well, the thing is, we could put a bearish corridor here. We could say that, okay, right now we have reached that point. Or we could say, you know what, if the TSX go lower than that low of this downward corridor, the next target now becomes 14,283. So at this point, even if the TSX is going down, I don't know if you're asking me that just to see, should I open some positions in some bearish ETF on the TSX or on the energy sector? I don't think it's appropriate though to do so right now. I think right now we're in a situation where a rebound is likely. Look, technically speaking, the TSX could rebound there, right? Because since it has reached that bottom, so far the index stayed totally flat. It didn't make a new low. But if it does make a new low, so it goes below 14,470, next target now becomes 14,250. So on HXD, this is the target that you have to actually make some money on HXD, which is a bearish ETF on the TSX. But you have to take into account that we have declined for the last 3 days, so it's really likely that we might have a rebound. Same thing too for the energy sector. We have been declining for the last 3 days on the important multiple tested bottom there of April, March, of February, of March, that is being tested now. So there's a risk that we might actually also have a rebound. So for those reasons, though, it's tough to give you an exact point, because I think at this point right now, it's more a situation where it's a profit-taking opportunity on those who've opened some bearish ETF in the last 2 days on the energy sector, and to see when can that stop. So far, it could stop here or not, but we believe that it's more likely that we might have a technical rebound. So this is why I would not feel comfortable to open a lot of new short positions at this current level, neither on the energy sector, neither on the TSX. Now, what's my analysis on OGC? Well, Oceana Gold, it's a stock that has resisted the decline on the gold sector. I think it's well positioned. It's overbought, so I think we're going to have a stabilization phase. But I think really we cannot not necessarily only rely on the technical indicators, because the technical indicators show us that it should not be a buy. But if ever the Greek situation worsens, we might see a wave of buyers coming into that stock, and then it will be a buy higher than $3.10.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So I hope I've answered your question, Mario. Now, let's take a look at Tom's question here. Is VXX a good way to make money this week? Definitely, Tom. Really, it's an ETF I will watch. Technically speaking, we know it can easily reach $20, which corresponds to that former resistance. But it could even go higher, depending on the situation in Greece. It could worsen. As you know, there's a referendum on Sunday. There's no rally that's being taking place, so people are saying that they should not accept the creditor's proposal. But is the yes rally vote is gonna come also? So definitely we're gonna have heightened volatility, heightened uncertainty, and VIX could turn out to be a great thing, a great buying, a great way to make money. However, there's also a risk that VIX is related to the American indices, and technically speaking, we saw that NASDAQ, Dow Jones, SPY are all close to a April and May multiple time tested support. So technically speaking, we could have a rebound on those indices, which will make your positions on VXX not play out well. And investors don't realize that maybe the US is not that exposed to Greece, and that all the fears that we had in the past about Greece, because it was a situation that has lasted for the last 3 years, well, has already been discounted in the market, so there's no reason to actually continue to panic. So there's that effect, that risk factor that might make VXX not play out really well. So one strategy I would favor is that if you want to bet that the situation is going to worsen, on VIX, what you could do is that you might say, you know what, I'm going to buy some positions today, a half or third of a normal positions, and instead of getting out if ever we break that support of $17, I'm going to get out, let's say, if ever I see the VIX losing 8 or 7% or so, just to minimize my loss potential. So that could be a strategy you could favor, Tom, to minimize your loss potential on that ETF if ever it doesn't play out well. So in terms of the best breakdown here, wow, there's so many breakdowns. So we have Tourmaline, but they're buying a company, so there's no news on that company, so let's forget it. Now Magna International, clear breakdown on that stock. It's in the consumer discretionary sector, has some potential until 64. So that's the potential on Magna. Metro, clear breakdown on Metro. We actually decided to get rid of it on Market Gurus TV because we had that stock around, we recommended to buy around this area or that area. Right now, look at all the reversal of this important upward trend. So we decided to close out positions. Onex, not so sure for Onex, but it's a clear breakdown. The thing is a bottom here. That could not be a bottom that's solid though, especially with the weakness of the financial. We could see Onex going further down though, but that one I find it a little bit risky. Exit point clearly on the reversal of this downward trend around $70. Intact Financial, no, I consider mostly as a continuity of the bearish cycle. Goodyear, yes, Goodyear is pretty nice. Goodyear is nice. Clear reversal of this upward trend. You see on a yearly basis. So, yes, could be interesting for Goodyear, but I'll be a little more patient. For Goodyear and Onex, those are the ones I'll be a little bit more patient. See how can the markets make a new low. As for LinkedIn, wow. LinkedIn, 193 as a target to take some profit. It's a nice short, nice sideways formation. And the longer we stay within a sideways formation, the better is the technical signal that comes out of it. So yes, for LinkedIn. CN Insure also, you see, favor stocks that first of all are keeping their downward trend, have stabilized for a while, at least for 1 month or a couple of days, and then have some potential before they reach their former bottom. So for CN Insure, you know the former bottom is around 764 because this is where it has been tested many times and rebounded. So 764 is going to be the target, and that gives you at least more than 6 or 7% on CN Insure. Gentex, wow, Gentex is nice. So there's some exceptions though, right? I know overall it's not a moment to be in a shorting spree, but there are some exceptions. This is the full list of all the best breakdowns that we found throughout the markets. The ones with an eye are the ones where I'm hesitating because I want to see markets make a new low before I feel comfortable to short them. But all the other ones here seems to be pretty okay in terms of shorting opportunities. Now, as for the day trade of the day is that stock here, LOCM, rose at opening. Right now, it's losing some momentum. So it was mostly at opening that you would have been able to make some money. Before the markets opened, the stock was recommended. So there were 2 entry points. Since then, the stock has not given any new entry points. So those were the 2 entry points, and you have to take some profits at the top or around this area here on LOCM if you got in earlier on that stock. But right now, the only new entry point is going to be at 14 cents on the reversal of this downward trend. So overall, folks, markets are panicking after the Greek situation. Technically speaking, we could have a rebound on the American indices because they're reaching a bottom of April and May. On the TS, the situation is weaker. Energy, financials, gold, all the ones that are leading the decline, but small gold stocks are resisting the decline. As for the banks, I think banks will be an opportunity to buy them at a cheaper price. Let them go down. A lot of breakdown in the sector, but let them go down until they reach their former support. And as for the energy sector on the Canadian side, yes, it's one of the weakest. It's lagging, but they're not quality breakdowns in that sector. I think the best strategy is to take some profits in your former short positions and make sure that you get rid of your long positions that are at risk. We did it on a stock like Metro. Today, it's a nice short opportunity, so we got rid and we closed that long positions. And whenever you can take some profits in your short positions, do it, because it's important to do so. And this is why we did it on Agnico Eagle. That was an analyst choice on marketgurus.tv. So that said, see you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show on decisionplus.com.